Traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. As you guys are tuning in, be sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you are a new viewer. So, today we're going to talk about how we were able to make $2,500 day trading in the stock market. Now, before we get into it, two quick announcements. First, remember our disclaimer, which is that day trading is risky. My results are not typical. Remember, it takes time to become competent and experienced. So proceed with caution, proceed with small size. Other than that, the live streams and recaps are never a reason to try and copy trade. And lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers. So be careful of fake accounts. I will never message you first. Second announcement. Remember, well, not remember, but there is a new policy we're putting into place. The people have asked, hey, Relentless, we don't want to see any ads on the live stream. I said, okay, cool, fine. The people speak, the people get what they want. Now, here's the rebuttal. Here's the other half of this. In order for the live streams to remain without ads, we have to start hitting 300 likes for every single live stream, and 100 likes for every single recap. Can this be done? Can we get 100 likes on this recap? For crying out loud, I'm showing the entire world how I made 2,500. Normal people who are making this kind of money are staying far as possible away from the light of day because they want privacy. They want safety. They don't want no one to know that they're making this money. Not other people, not their family, not their friends. They want to stay as quiet as a church mouse. So, hit that thumbs up for someone being brave enough to come in front of the world. Who knows who's watching this video, showing my strategy. All right. So, hit that thumbs up, subscribe. Tesla in the slums here. So, let's talk about the stocks that we traded today. And in fact, if we come over to positions, you guys will see that there's really just three: FMTO, WAFU, WAFU, and JTAI, our top three symbols today. We're going to really and truly focus on two: FMTO and WAFU. FMTO, this is the first one that we traded to start the day. And as usual, we did find this in all of our watch list stocks utilizing Momo Pro. This is the scanning software that we use each and every day to determine and find and compile our watch list. Shout out to Momo Pro. All right. So we started off around 9 a.m. We got our stocks together. We got our watch list together. FMTO was one of the stocks at the time that was leading the way. As we can see, it is sold off significantly versus the highs right now. Right, it is sold off tremendously. What is that? About a 50% drop, which is why you guys will not see it at the top of that scan anymore. But anyhows, so early pre-market, this thing started off around 4:50, and around 4 a.m. we had some news. This thing pushed up nicely and was kind of giving this bit of an up and down trend before coming into the open. And this is something that we noticed, and we were hoping we can get an opening surge, which is when the stocks squeeze up right away in the first 2 to 3 minutes to start the day. And this one opened up around $8. We ended up having lows at $7.70, and it took off. It really took off, ripped up to $8.84, and then $9.15, and got halted up because it was going up too fast, too quickly. And it was really up until this dip here is where I made my money, trading the pullback of this range here. We had lows around 840, and this thing ripped up to a high of 940 and then 970 before crashing down and getting absolutely obliterated. Now, part of my strategy, part of my rules is to start a day slow, because I find myself very often when I'm being too aggressive early, I go big red and it's hard to recover from that day, right? So starting slow, smaller size, making sure the stock is strong before sizing up. So I'm not going to really get the full opportunity here early into the first two candles. which I think for what I'm doing is fine. In the long run, I think I'll be more profitable by not being super aggressive too early, right? So I think this is a good thing for me. If we check out the daily chart, we'll see that the stock was selling off for the last few weeks, few months really. And today was really our first day curling back up after this bit of a drop off here. So from 312 lows, ended up curling all the way up to 10. And so again, nothing too crazy. The stock was very aggressive. It got halted up early off of this red to green. And, I was watching the dip and rip, which is a famous strategy that we trade here in our community, right? The halt, resumption, dip and rip. We were going up at 9:15. Stock opens at 887, flushes down to 840. I'm in, and then it rips up. So if we go to the log at 9:37 a.m., you guys will see. So at 9:36, let's see, FMTO at 9:37. I'm in at 40. I'm in at 47 actually. I'm out at 67. I'm back in at 54. And I don't know why I didn't take more size. Gosh, man. What's wrong with me? I should have been in 3 times the size here. Bro, oh man, I gotta get better. Seeing this just frustrates me immediately. Because why did I only buy once right here? Right here. Why did I only buy one? Oh, no, right here. Even this trade, honestly. But I think this trade here is more risky, which is why I'm not using as much size. But this trade here, bro, the continuation bounce, I should have been long, massive size here, and this thing ripped all the way over 9. So I somewhat played myself and didn't do too well. And you can see I got a little bit of chop here into the next couple of trades. So it held up 9 area. We didn't do a great job holding our trade here. But yeah, again, so lows of 902, and then it broke down here to 87 before bouncing, and then sold off. So at this time, you guys will see I had a few trades on WAFU and that log, and it's because this one started to take off. So around 937, which was right here, we were having this pullback, and this is why I wasn't able to really stay focused. I just, when there's 2 stocks or multiple stocks moving, I just do a poor job, and I'm still trying to get to the bottom of this thing where I just lock in on one and give it my full undivided attention. Because I tried taking trades along this area here, but the other stock is moving. I ended up selling, didn't really look at the stock properly to really start to build any sort of focus or momentum. And then a few minutes later, so mind you, the other stock sold off around, I believe, like 37 FMTO. If we come back, when is this drop here? 40 by 41, right? Look at WAFU right here. At 41, 42, like 1 minute later, this stock takes off. And I got to do a better job. This is something I've noticed with other traders, is that a lot of the times when one stock fails, they don't waste any time still watching to see if it might curl. They just look over and get ready for whatever else might be moving. They start looking at the scans. And I fell victim to not looking at the scans, to not looking at the next stock. And, coming in, just not being prepared for this move, I'm a little disappointed because I did still try. Like, I somewhat chased it. Let's reset right there. I somewhat chased it at 42. If we come up here, you guys will see WAFU right here at 98. So I came on time, man. I came on time to the stock. I tried 98, and I'm in for 5 seconds, which is a little longer than, trades I want to see go right away. And this thing did not go right away. And so I somewhat got chopped out. The moment I'm selling, a second or two later, it rips up to like 30 or maybe 50, I think. There's a small dip in this green candle, and I buy back off the highs. So I'm in, but you can see I did not hold this not nearly long enough. I'm in at 21. I'm out at 32. Only 10 cents. Only 10 cents. Then I tried to chase it over 50. I'm a little scared because it's up so high. I don't really hold it. And you can see it's just a mess here. 55 entry out 60. Try to chase it again, 72 out 73. Just fumble the entire move up all the way till 5. And then lost on pullbacks, which at this point I really shouldn't be buying any pullback at this high because the stock is so extended. And to make matters worse, WAFU starts to consolidate around 949, right? So look at the chart. Now we're all the way over here. We're all the way here. So I chased this entire move, missed most of it, right? It gets halted up. And then, let's see, open. I wonder if I can get the open time. Let's look at this on E-Trade, right? Because I want you guys to see how close the timing is. So the first, by the way, part of me missing that break of 4 is that I tried to type in the stock on YouTube, which I have to stop doing altogether. When a stock is hot, I have to not dare consider typing in the name for YouTube, because what's the point of doing that? What's the point of doing that, right? What's the point? And by the way, you guys can see some small swing trades here that I'm looking at on Tesla. Just a small couple of shares. What's the name of this thing? WAFU, right? Let's zoom in. So this one resumed at 949, and take a look at this resumption on the other stock, which is FMTO. Resumption 951, 952. So it's like about a minute, 952. It's about a minute or two apart. And at 952, which ended up being right here, right? We ended up having this consolidation. I started to watch this thing a little bit more closely, finally. And at 952, right into this green candle, I said, hey, you know what? I think this might consolidate a little longer. Let me switch back to FMTO, because this thing got halted down all the way here, and it's showing resumption way down here. This is going to be likely to give a bounce back up, which did happen in this red candle, believe it or not. It opened up a little higher. Right, at 758, but we had a high of 75, and it dipped before going up. Like it opened, dipped, and then really and truly went up. And at 52, I had a pretty good trade. I should have took more size, and I didn't sell all because I was holding for a bigger move. Do we have it right here? Yeah, FMTO. You can see I'm in at 43, out at 65, 64, 64. And I held a third of the position. And really and truly, what's happening in this moment too is that in the side of my eyes, I'm seeing WAFU moving. And I even get distracted from this trade. And I end up losing on this position right here, because there's no way I should have sold it below break even. Granted, the stock also came down a little quickly, but still. So at 52, and this is not a bad trade idea because of how big the gap down is, but I felt ultimately like I played myself, because at freaking 52, look at what's happening. The next minute later, this thing rips up, and because I'm back and forth still, not giving this thing my full attention, I'm not in a good rhythm. The intuition to know that this move is coming, I just don't have it, because I'm not watching the stock fully. And I missed this. So not only did I miss this, pulling up the YouTube chat, trying to pull up the YouTube, the stock for YouTube is part of it. I gotta blame myself for not being more focused here, even at 4 where I had the first trade. And what happened is that I got in, it didn't go immediately, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is not gonna go. I have time. I don't remember what happened on this resumption here, but I can tell you I was distracted at this trade, and right here I kind of felt like the day was ruined, because I should have added another 4 or 5, 6,000 to the day. Depending on size, I don't think I would have used size early because I'm now pulling up the stock. I got to get used to it, stuff like that. But if I did well here, did well on the resumption, and I'm in rhythm, best believe that I would have freaking went crazy in this area, which would have probably paid out like 6K in one trade. Not to mention the amount I could have made here and here if I had done well. So this is like at least 10, 20,000 gone. And it just hurts my soul to know that I'm doing a better job mentally, not hesitating. I'm feeling great mentally, and to still mess up on a day like this, man, it just drives me nuts. But it lets you know that fine line, man. You gotta be sharp. You gotta be quick. I gotta program myself to switch to the next stock the moment one starts to get weak. Not complain. Not do too much explaining about the last trade, but just switch on. That's why we have a recap. The recap is to do the explaining. So I gotta be quick to switch, get locked in. And then even right here, like trying to watch it just couldn't get into a good groove at this point. Wasn't taking the dips. Missed this breakout. This ended up being a false breakout, but if you're in early, here or here, you could have been selling up at the highs. Missed that breakout and then overcompensated by trying to buy the backside, which is what you're not supposed to do. And I got murdered in here, hoping we would get another red to green. Like areas like this, I'm buying, thinking we can curl back up. It was just too late. So, very disappointing. And then another area where I bought and lost was down here. So if we zoom out, we have this consolidation. So I tried at the high. At the low right here, funny enough, I didn't take it. But then this time around right here, I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to jump in on this bottoming wick. It doesn't resolve into anything, losing trades, and then right here sells off. To be red on this stock is a crime. To be flat is a crime. To be flat is a crime. And of course, there's different experiences, different skill levels. For someone like me who have the capacity, capabilities to trade this is why I'm talking in this way. If you're a beginner, or even if you've been around, you're still trying to get to the bottom of it, it's different. But not when you know exactly what you should be doing. So to be a flat is bad. To be red is just, it's infuriating to be red. Giving back 1,000 for what? Worst case, I should have been flat on this thing, man. But the fine line, just imagine those small things, because I'm pretty sure if I catch this first trade here, I'm more serious about the stock. I'm more confident. It's just different. Like that, the gain gives you the gain itself is rhythm, right? The gain itself is a rhythm, so it gives you confidence, cushion. Like your green here is nothing to try these dips, but fumbling and now seeing these bigger dips, you're like, is this too high? Man, we went up so much. Is this red candle enough? You're overthinking. So what should have been another 15, 20K day is a 2.5K day. And it's not good because we're not capitalizing like how we should with this type of momentum. That's the problem that I have today. I'm not looking at anybody else and what they did. I don't care who did what. It's all about me, what I saw, and what I could have done. And I didn't do my best, and that was the problem today. So first half of the day, A+ for doing what we needed to do on FMTO. Great trading here for the most part, great trading. But YouTube, this pulling up the YouTube screen, big mistake. And even here, I think it's fair to look away for this resumption, but man, the timing, man. And this sometimes happens to you. You look away, the other stock goes, stuff like that, right? But we should have done better today. Today's a 5-figure day, so we got to not let this happen too many times and really and truly capitalize when we need to capitalize. Because the red days are inevitable and they will happen. And we manage risk to the best of our abilities, but we want to maximize on the days where we should be maximizing. We come in and we add another 15K today, that's what it should be, right? So, but anyhow, Hit that thumbs up if you're still here. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Remember to check out our links down below. We got a couple of links for the chat room, for the scanners, and of course as well for the classes. All right, you guys can always feel free to check everything out. I can pull everything up here on the screen. We can check and see how the traders did today. Lucas going short, getting it done. Alice, nicely done. We have so many students doing well. Momo Bro, way to go. Did give back a little though, but still ended green. Let's see. Qubit ended red today. Keeping it tight though, down $100. Jelly is on fire, by the way. I believe Jelly is also trading options. Let's see. Minty ended red today. Minty, you'll be back tomorrow. Minty will be back tomorrow. Dash, way to go. Tim, way to go. Tim, way to go. Tim dialing it in. 10,000 on WAFU, man. 10,000. And broker issues cost him a lot. Mighty, the one of the other mentors, 13,000. Lucas, 4,000 in the other account. Let's see. There's a red P&L here for Dan, down 100. Save the monster, 32,000. Shay, 1,400. Juan in the building. Green, equity curve booming. Mr. Man, booming. Zay, mooning. 10x, flying. Plato, soaring. Covert, skyrocketing. I'm running out here. Maybe I need to increase my vocabulary. Grandpa John, grappling and pulling himself up. Come on, man. Cool, man. Talk to us nicely. Shout out to the team. Check out the chat room, guys. The chat room is just $14 a month. The cheapest chat room, especially for the value that we have here. It should be $100 a month, honestly. For those of you looking to learn, if you want to be a chat room member, you can also be a chat room member via the course. The full package and the blueprint does include chat room access, all right? The blueprint and the full package. I always recommend the full package. That way it comes, you guys get more out of it in terms of just subscriptions and reoccurrence. So there's, of course, the live trading archives. There's the live stream without latency in the chat room. There is the Q&As. There is the coaching calls, the rehab calls. There's the live streams of the halt scanners, gap scanners, everything, right? Of course, the A to Z course, which goes from 0 to advanced, it is beginner friendly, starts from absolute 0 all the way to everything we know. Right, you guys can always come here if you ever want to just take a look at the hard curriculum and chapters and how we have it laid out. You guys can always feel free to check it out. Every single thing is here that you'll need to become a successful trader. All right. Also, all the perks are listed here. And on top of that, remember to utilize our coupon code TEAM for 50% off. That way you get a good discount. You get a bang for your buck. And because we're doing our next Team House trip, with coupon code TEAM, your name is going to be entered into a raffle. And you'll get invited to the next day trading Team House to come hang out with all of us in person. All those big heavy hitters in the chat that you just saw, they're going to be here. So imagine the value you can gain from hanging out, studying, working, trading with some of the best traders in the world. Guys, these guys are transparent. They're millionaire traders. Let's not sugarcoat it, right? Let's just say it how it is. These are some big dogs, right? Some of these guys even bigger traders than me. So there's some big dogs. There's a lot to learn from all of us. So hopefully, good luck to who does win. But yeah, hopefully you guys check it out and start your education today. And trust me, I'm not begging, right? Whoever checks it out does, and whoever don't, that's fine too. I just want to make sure I say that because at the end of the day, I make my money right here in this market, as you guys can see. 18,000 today, 2,500 today. It's all about sharing the knowledge for those who might want to learn, right? But yeah, And our chat room speaks for itself. Our students speak for themselves. We have more success stories and interviews coming soon. And yeah, with that being said, hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. Remember, tomorrow, 300 likes on the live stream if we're to move forward without ads. And we need to see 100 likes on this recap. 100 likes minimum on this recap. It's time we start setting the bar. We set the bar high for everything else in this community except the likes. We got to change that. We got to get back on top, get back on track, and make it happen. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe. Tomorrow again, 9:15 a.m.